Thank you so much for joining with me. We are picking up our reading in Journey Through the Text of A Course in Miracles by Dr. Ken Wapnick, PhD. And this is Chapter 7, The Gift of the Kingdom. We are picking up on the ecosphere of atonement. I apologize for missing yesterday. I'm sick. This body's sick. This body's been sick for off and on for 2 months. It's very tiring. But here I am. I'm going to whisper a little bit so it sounds better. The oneness of the Creator and the creation is your wholeness, your sanity, and your limitless power. This limitless power is God's gift to you because it is what you are. If you dissociate your mind from it, you are perceiving the most powerful force in the universe as if it were weak because you do not believe you are part of it. The above passage presents the important theme of the mind's true power, which is so threatening to the ego. We specifically deny this power to choose atonement, for it reminds us of our real power as mind, the Christ whom God created one with him. This is the basis of the ego's strategy, which we shall explore more fully below, of making the Son of God mindless and rendering him incapable of drawing upon the strength of his mind to shift from weakness to power, insanity to sanity. Perceived without your part in it, God's creation is seen as weak, and those who see themselves as weakened do attack. The attack must be blind, however, because there is nothing to attack. Therefore, they make up images, perceive them as unworthy, and attack them for their unworthiness. We see in these statements intimidations of what will subsequently be more fully described as special relationships. We make up a world filled with images that are nothing more or less than projections of the mind's secret thought that we destroyed heaven, which now will destroy us and leave us weak in comparison with the great enemy. All the while, however, we do not wish this nightmare to end, but dream of keeping the individual self we stole from God, always seeking to project the guilt that demands our punishment. Having made these images of our guilt, we now forget we made them, and think that what we see is actually what is there. We live in a world of shadowy figures that seem real, sharing a common dream that says, let us see separation outside rather than in the mind, and accept no responsibility for it, blaming others so God will destroy them instead of us. All minds contain this insane and murderous thought that constitutes the history of the world from its inception, a world that will exist until the thought that made it is undone. That is all the world of the ego is, nothing. This is the source of the ego's rageful fear. It does not like to be called nothing. We can call the ego evil, vicious, weak, sinful, bad, whatever we want, but do not call it nothing. If we do, we are nothing too. The ego, the part of us that likes being a part, strives to convince us of its reality and strength, a formidable adversary that demands reaction and action. Yet, letting Jesus be our eyes, we look through the seeming solidity of the ego's thought system to its inherent nothingness. His vision need be our only response to the ego's insidious web of specialness. It has no meaning, it does not exist. Do not try to understand it, because if you do, you are believing that it can be understood and is therefore capable of being appreciated and loved. That would justify its existence, which cannot be justified. You cannot make the meaningless meaningful. This can only be an insane attempt. Jesus is describing what we have all done. If we read these words carefully, we will realize he is telling us that we do not exist. The world and body we think we inhabit do not exist, and the problems that seem so real and important do not exist. This theme is so antithetical to everything we believe and experience that we can understand why Jesus has to repeat it over and over. To make the point one more time without understanding the ego's fear of non-existence and how it leads to its strategy of making a mindless world and body, we will totally misunderstand this course. And we will certainly miss seeing how our lives can be turned into meaningful classrooms in which we learn that we do not live in this insane world of meaningless. I thank you so much for joining with me today, and we will pick up the reading tomorrow. Thank you. Love you. Bye.